Welcome to HomeFront SitRep. I hope you're in for a great show today because I'm just a veteran talking about what's on my mind and maybe yours.
You can find HomeFront SitRep on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. You can also check out HomeFront SitRep's YouTube channel.
Buckle up, the show is starting.
Out on the edge of the battle and back, we've carried the weight and we've walked every track. From desert dust to the fire at home, we've learned how to fight, how to stand alone. But no one tells you what comes after the war. When silence is louder than the guns we bore, that's where we speak, that's where we heal. Stories too real for Hollywood reels. Welcome to the front lines you don't always see, when warriors to battle just differently. This is our check-in, our voice, our step. This is the HomeFront SitRep podcast. For the fallen, the fighting, and those who came home. For the brothers and sisters who still feel alone. We're holding the line with truth and respect. This is the HomeFront SitRep podcast. For the fallen, the fighting, and those who came home. For the brothers and sisters who still feel alone. We're holding the line with truth and respect. This is the HomeFront SitRep podcast. It ain't all medals and waving flags. There's pain in the silence and weight in the facts. But we've got a mic and a mission to share, to tell the damn truth, cause somebody's gotta care. We laugh, we cry, we cuss, we pray. We honor the ones who ain't here today. From basic to battle and back to the block. This is our rhythm, our round table talk. Welcome to the front lines you don't always see, when warriors to battle just differently. This is our check-in, our voice, our step. This is the HomeFront SitRep podcast. Still heavy in dreams out of reach, for the lessons the textbooks could never teach. We're sounding off, no filter, no prep. This is the HomeFront SitRep podcast. So if you're born with boots or love someone who did, if you swallowed your hurt and kept it all hid, pull up a chair, you're not alone. Welcome to the front lines you don't always see, where courage meets scars and raw honesty. This is our anthem, our truth intercept. This is the HomeFront SitRep podcast. For the ones still standing and those we've lost yet, for every single story we'll never forget. We speak so others won't forget. This is the HomeFront SitRep podcast. Real talk, real facts, real life. HomeFront SitRep podcast, where the mission continues.
Welcome, everybody, to a Monday edition of HomeFront SitRep. How is everybody done? Gunny, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well, man. Had a very busy day today. Had to run some funds up to our treasurer for Moedi Shemail. I had a board meeting today with Warrior Honor Cruise. Had an eye appointment. Had a meeting with our group down there at Soft Missions, and had to prepare dinner. And now I'm here. So
busy.
I need to find some time to take a breath and relax. At least my eyeballs are somewhat back to normal from getting dilated. Man, I couldn't see nothing. I don't know why they let me drive.
I don't know.
That's my fault. I forgot my sunglasses and didn't get a pair of those, roll out fold ones that, future.
Well, you still didn't send me a picture.
No. So I did find, in my truck, I've got that flip down that is a glass.
Yeah.
And I did find my wife's fake Gucci glasses that we got on the cruise last year, the year before, and I put those on. And I was
That's
like,
the picture I wanted, bro.
Not happening, man. Not happening.
Oh, man. No. So today I went into the office, sat in the office for 8 hours doing this, playing on my computer a little bit, doing this a little bit more, playing on my computer a little bit more. Then I came home. Probably I got home about 4-ish, a little after 4. Sat down, chilled a little bit, took the snowblower back over to my neighbor's house. He had one of those little electric ones. and I was trying to use that to get rid of this ice and stuff, and needless to say, it didn't work. So yeah, I did wind up taking it back to him. He finally got home. So I talked to him for maybe 30 minutes. I was outside chit chatting with him, and then came back over here. We got on the meeting, with the soft people there, soft missions, and uh, ready to rock and roll tonight, my friend. I'm not packed yet for Tampa. I will be packed tomorrow afternoon. I will be like I got everything ready to go. I just ain't packed it. So I
I
got
have
some.
everything in the suitcase already. And then, after having that meeting and clarifying what we can bring,
Yeah,
I am taking a couple hoodies to
yeah,
wear just in the morning sessions or in the bigger room. But other than that, I'm packed. I might bring a couple different hats with me. I don't know.
yeah. You still got to
Rock,
pack your microphone and
yeah, but that's a quick, unplug and throw it in a case and go. And
yeah,
then I
yeah,
did receive a package today from our friends at Heroes Hunt for Veterans. Brian Ball sent a bunch of stuff to me and a couple T-shirts and this amazing hat
yeah. I
and
like it. I
a
can't
bunch
wait
of
to
other
get.
stuff.
I can't
So
wait to get my package.
hopefully yours will get there tomorrow. But yeah, I've already sent Brian a thank you message, and I will be sending a smaller package than what he sent back
Right?
to him once we get back from Tampa.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, I'm hoping mine comes tomorrow. Of course, we're in different geolocations, so I'm hoping mine. Sometimes they show up the same time you get yours. Sometimes they don't. So, and I didn't even look. Like I know there wasn't nothing on the front porch. Or wasn't nothing in the mailbox, and I don't know if my daughter had brought it in
It
and hid
wouldn't
it.
have fit in the mailbox anyway. I'm just letting.
Right, right. So yeah, I'm super, excited to, get it and check it out. And of course, the Heroes Hunts for Veterans is a great organization. If you haven't checked them out, you need to go check them out. Google them, go to their website. If you've never been on what was that, bro? That was loud.
I think the whole house is coming down outside of this room. I have no idea what just happened out there.
That was the ice sliding off the roof, bro.
Man, if I'm hearing it down here, there's an issue.
Yeah, that was pretty loud. But yeah, go check out Heroes Hunts for Veterans. They're
Yeah,
making
well, if we were not going to Tampa this weekend, we'd be heading to the Great White North
to
to
go
do some
ice fishing.
ice fishing with them this week.
Yes, that would be fun for sure. We're definitely going to have to make a trip, at least a week trip next year to go ice fishing. I think
Well,
that would
yeah, I
be.
mean, to go up there and go ice fishing, period. Get back to my roots. I've been up ice fishing a couple of years ago, and man, just to get back on the ice and you
I've
know,
never been, so
yeah,
that that,
yeah,
that would
you
be
got,
a once in a lifetime experience for me. To go ice fishing, and then if
yeah,
I get to share it with you, even much better.
yeah.
So either way, I'd be super stoked. So yeah,
Well,
we're
and we
definitely.
got an open invitation from a couple of guys up there to take us walleye
Yeah,
fishing and some other fishing, and I'm
yeah.
just fishing. Period. I mean, you had me at fishing.
Yeah, dude, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Let's do it. So tonight we got a great guest coming on. So this guest was recommended to us from Rich LaMonica from the Misfit Nation. I don't know if he's going to pop in or not. He might not, but just want to give a big shout out to Rich LaMonica with the Misfit Nation. So we got Daryl Mackin coming on the show here in just a few minutes. So Daryl is a Navy veteran. He founded a Soldier's Child Foundation. He's also serves as the executive director, so he's the founder, executive director. Founded in 2008 after reflecting on the loss experienced by the son of his neighbor, a Marine who was killed in combat, and realizing that many children of fallen service members would never receive another birthday celebration planned by the parent.
Yeah,
Bro, if that don't pull on your heartstrings, because we talk about it all the time here on the podcast that there's not many organizations out there that focuses on the children of the fallen, right? Or just children of veterans in general. They
yeah,
don't focus. But here we have a guy that started a foundation to help children of our brothers and sisters that paid the ultimate sacrifice be able to celebrate a birthday, bro, or just
Well, I
not
mean,
just
if
birthdays,
you
but
look at it, dating back as far as I can remember, all you ever heard about was the Gold Star mother,
yeah,
right? You didn't hear anything about the father, the widow, the child until, I mean, recent years when they changed it to Gold Star Mother and Family Day, right?
yeah,
That's when that conversation started to shift. And even Woody, before he passed, when he started his foundation, he was always going around talking about the Gold Star Mother, the Gold Star Mother. And then one day there was just this guy sitting there in the crowd, and after everybody left, that guy approached Woody and said, "Fathers mourn too." And then Woody changed his pattern of speech to include, the families, the widows and the children. And so, I mean, it's just been recent years that conversation has happened. I mean, even
yeah,
through Blue Skies, we always talked about the Gold Star parents or the Gold Star. What about the brothers and sisters? You know what I
yeah,
mean? That
yeah,
that was their best friend.
yeah, and
So I'm glad the conversation has changed, and I'm glad there's organizations out there that are helping change that even more.
yeah, and it needs to be. So, prime example, my brother passed away in 1994. I was 15 years old, he was 10. It's been over 30 years, and I still mourn the loss of my brother. So, I understand, now I don't un I understand from that aspect of losing a
Yeah,
sibling, right? My mom understands from losing a child, right? Um, so it I'm glad, I'm like you, I'm glad that it's changing where it don't just focus on the mother. Now, granted, that stigma, oh, children are resilient, they'll bounce back.
yeah,
Dads, males are supposed to be macho, male bravado, blah, blah, blah. But no, we still mourn. Like I still 30 30 years later, and I still struggle, or 32 years later. Matter of fact, coming up March it'll mark 32 years. And I still struggle with the loss of my brother. And it's, because I always think back, w- what kind of man would he be today?
yeah,
And that's the things that a lot of people don't realize if they've never lost a loved one, a sibling, or a mother and a child, or dad and a child. People don't realize the struggles that they face.
yeah.
And here you have children that are losing parents at a very early age, and some might be 16, 17. But if you got children that lose a mom or dad at age 5, 6, bro, that's gonna stick with them for the rest of their life.
My dad passed away when I was 8, so coming
Mm,
up on 40 years. And there's always that thought of what would he think of me as me being a dad, right?
yeah,
What would he think about my accomplishments and what I've done? And would I be living up to what his expectations were? Because the only man in your life that wants to see you succeed is your father. Period.
yeah, yeah.
Every other man don't want to see you do better than them.
No. Now, I will tell you, my stepdad, when mom married him in 94, I guess it was, he was the father that I didn't have. So my dad was a summertime dad. Sometimes he was here, sometimes he wasn't.
Yeah.
My stepdad was more of a father than he was, but he actually wanted me to do better than he.
Yeah.
He guided me along my high school journey, and my early military career and stuff like that. He guided me along those, and he wanted me to be better than he was. And he gave me a lot of knowledge. But uh, for children out there that don't have that, like you
Yeah.
said, don't have that that mother figure in their life or that father figure in their life, and for an organization to be founded that helps focus on that, which when Daryl comes up here, he's going to go into a lot more detail than we are about his organization. So I'm super excited about it. Gunny, what about
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's bring Mr. Daryl up to the show. Let's see. Let's get this ready. Welcome to the show, sir. How are you?
What's up, fellas?
You doing all right?
Yeah, well, I thank you for having me on. I've been listening to you both talk.
Well,
Good conversation.
Well, thank you. First off, I want to say thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come hang out with Gunny and I for this hour. And like I said earlier, thank Rich LaMonica. I don't know if he's watching yet or not, for linking us together. So, if you don't mind, do me a favor and
Yeah.
introduce yourself to the world of HomeFront SitRep, if you don't mind.
Okay. Well, first off, I wasn't really busy. I was kind of crashed on my couch for the last few hours. I'm just being brutally honest. And you can kind of hear my voice a little bit. I don't really have a voice. This is not my normal voice. But we just had a culinary arts camp. I was a cook in the Navy. And then after I got out of the Navy, I became a chef. I went to Culinary Institute of America in New York, and I
Nice.
loved cooking. That was my passion until God gave me the passion for the children of our fallen. But we just had 23 kids for 4 days learning and teaching them how to cook. And it was the real deal.
That's awesome.
I run it like, not like the guy that yells in the kitchen. What's his name?
Gordon Ramsay?
Gordon
You're up
Ramsay.
there
No,
doing some
no.
Master Chef with him?
No, but there was one moment, though. I will tell you this. There was one moment when I'm very serious about knife handling and safety in the kitchen and everything. And the kids were eating, and I got to the sink, and I'm draining the sink, the pot sink, where you wash. You got your rinse, and then you got your sanitize.
Right.
And I'm just about ready to reach in just to see if there's anything at the bottom, and I see a tip of a knife.
Mm.
And that Gordon Ramsay knucklehead comes down to me. I pick up that knife. I walk out into the dining room. I'm like, this here. I like to full on share, because that's the one thing, it's kind of like you trust the people you're working with, because otherwise you're always like this going into the sink and you're so afraid. You got to trust the people. In a professional kitchen, the rule is you use it, you clean it. When only the knife.
That's an
You never
unspoken
give the
rule.
knife to the dishwasher, And so that happened, and I walked out, and there's a Marine guy named Mike Payne who mentors at a lot of our camps, and I can tell you a little more about him. He's a really great guy, but he comes in afterwards and he just stares at me like this, and I go. Because he was really worried. He's like, you really freaked out. And I was just like, did they get it? Did they get it? Are they quiet? Are they quiet? Are they quiet now? Are they really quiet?
Yeah.
Oh, so sorry I had to go off to the side, but anyhow.
No, you're good.
So I did it. So if you go to our website, you'll see that photo of young Christian Golzinski at the age of 8, receiving his father's flag at his funeral. Well, that was my neighbor's. My neighbor was his grandfather, is his grandfather. And his father, Marine Staff Sergeant Marcus Golzinski, was killed sniper fire in 2007, March 27, 2007 in Fallujah. And it was about 3 months after Mark had been killed. Henry, my neighbor, was in his garage, and I walked across the street to spend some time with him, and which I had done. And he told me about his son Mark, because I had never met Mark. I learned a lot about him from Henry, but on that particular night, he was really mad, and he put his hand up to stop me from coming any further into his garage, and he said in anger, "Did it really freaking matter? And does anybody give a damn?" And he walked into his house and left me standing in the garage. And I didn't know how at all. I had nothing. But I did know I somehow was going to answer his questions with, yes, we do care, and it does matter. And I lived across the street. It took me about 45 minutes to get home. And I realized to myself, here I am. I'm a lover of God. I love God Almighty. Love him. I love Jesus. That's who I am. And I'm a veteran. And I realized in that moment, I never once thought of the families left behind. And it was just, I was perplexed. I was like, why is it that I've never thought of these families? And the next thought I had, so I was two, and the next thought was, I had both of my fathers, my biological father and my stepfather, both had PTSD, and both left my mom. My biological father left when I was 1, and my stepfather left when I was 12. And so I grew up really rough and just was a wild child. I was a wild child and did whatever I wanted to do. And really because I didn't have a father. But my biggest fear in that moment when I left Henry's house, I thought my number one fear was that I would die early and leave my children fatherless. That, all my life, that has been my number one fear. Now my son got married this year, and my twins are in their sophomore year of college. And so like they graduated from high school, and I'm like, I made it. And they get this or that. And I'll be like, I made it. Now I want to see grandbabies. I'm old enough for grandbabies. I haven't seen them yet.
Right.
But anyhow, that was the truth. I mean, that's all it was. It was just, and I did feel, like, I don't want to get like super spiritual on you guys, but I felt like it was something different. Like I had the power to do something. It wasn't just it wasn't just a good thought, like a good intention. It was like I had this like Holy Spirit fire in me that I was gonna freaking do something. I was gonna make a difference for my neighbor. And so all we did at a bus ceremony for Mark in Lewisburg, Tennessee, which is the high school he went to. We celebrated his son, that boy, on our website, Christian Golzinski. We celebrated his 10th birthday in 2008. And Christmas Eve, I went to the mailbox in 2008, and there was our nonprofit status to become. Yeah, I wanted to call it a Squid's Kid. I thought about that because I was in the Navy, a Squid's Kid. But nobody would know what the heck that was. It wouldn't really go over, And even like I remember when I first started it, a bunch of Marines were like piping in. He's like, why you call a soldier's child? That was a Marine's child. I'm like, I know, bro. I know, brother. I know. And then it was, the reason that I went with soldier is because when you talk to civilians and you say soldier, they honestly think the entire military.
Right.
They don't differentiate.
Nope.
They don't even differentiate. I mean, they put the Coast Guard in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
They really do. So that's the name, and always our focus is and has been on the child. I heard you talking, Sam, about Gold Star children, families. That has been our focus since day one, and that's the reason why, because that story with my neighbor.
Yeah.
And so we started out just with birthdays, brother, and by 2010, we were celebrating 400 birthdays. And that was the first year we started our camp, our very first camp here in Tennessee. We had 17 kids come to it. This year, we're now serving over 5,000 children nationwide. We have a leadership program for 18-year-old and older. That's an awesome leadership program. We go on OTGs, off the grid. We've taken them deep sea fishing in Florida, skiing in Maine, and bear hunting in Washington, and hiking in Alaska, just crazy whitewater rafting down Texas rivers. And so those kids that are 18 and above, we put them through our leadership model, and they come back and are the mentors for the 20 plus camp. We just had camp. I told you, I'm going on another camp this weekend. It's our duck goose hunt in Arkansas. So we'll send over 500 kids to camp every year. We have a scholarship program, a Christmas program. We have a program for the moms. It's called Story Study, where they dive deep into their own pain and uncover it. And through their pain and suffering, they find passion and purpose. And it's so cool now that we actually have moms that are now teaching that class to other moms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and that's the model that we use is the power of empathy that, you know, they've been through it, like the kids have been through it. So we have now kids that are adults mentoring the younger children, the 10, 12-year-olds. And the same thing with the moms. They've been through it and we train them up. And now they're the ones with our moms as well. It's been miraculous, man. I had no idea, you know, it's been 18 years now.
So in that little bit that you just said, you said you have the camps for the kids, you have the part for the moms. What about the stay-at-home dads where the wife is the service member that lost to pay this ultimate sacrifice? Do you have something for the dads?
So I'm thinking of 1, 2, 3, about 5, 7, 8, 10 guys come across my mind, and their kids are in our program. And you know, I'm thinking of a couple guys that actually are mentors. So you know, and a few of them. There's not many. It's like 98% of them were the dads, and a small amount. And that small amount is even smaller than where it was combat related. The honest truth is most of it is PTSD, death by suicide.
Yeah. The wars after,
the war after, and but we do have dads involved, and the mentorship, you know, having them be with the kids, that's a good piece for it. You know, for the most part, I think. Like I'm thinking on one dad right now who has one daughter, and you know, I think the best way he would tell us that the best way that we can support him is to help him take care of his daughter, help him raise his daughter. And we got some of the best female mentors on the planet. You know, we really do. And then again, actually the best female mentors that we have are the ones we train up that were kids themselves. They have the most love and empathy. You know, we have sympathy, but the power of empathy, man, it could change a person's life.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I will never know what it's like to be a girl dad. I have 2 boys, right?
Yeah.
But I know more about men than I do about women, and I think that's all of us, right? And the girls, I mean, Willis can speak on this, are going to turn to mom for certain issues before they turn to the dad, right?
I will definitely agree with that. Like my daughters, we have a very open relationship with our daughters. Like they come to mom and dad about a lot of things, but there are a lot of things that they go to mom first before they come to dad. And
I mean, even just boy issues, right? At younger, that little smitten 7th, 8th grade, right? Oh, this boy likes me, or I like this boy. They're not going to come to dad because dad's going to be like, no, you're not allowed to be around boys until you're 35.
You're grounded and locked in your room.
But your mom's going to be a little bit more caring because mom was that 7th, 8th grade girl that had that little crush.
Yeah. So my daughters are 18, getting ready to be 19 this month. On the 23rd of this month, she'll be 19. She's technically a sophomore in college, and she came home this weekend to let you know, because college was on NTI because of snow and stuff here in Kentucky, and she brought her boyfriend home with her. And the very first night she came, the rule is he can come stay, but he has to sleep in the living room, which is right outside my bedroom. And she sleeps upstairs. And so the very first question that night, so not when they first got here, but right when I'm getting ready to go to bed, she goes, "Dad, I got a question." I was like, "What, babe?" She goes, "Can he sleep upstairs in my bed?" And I'm like,
Yeah, if you sleep on the couch.
what's up, Shannon? And I was like, wait a minute. You've been home for 4 hours now, and you're waiting till dad goes to bed to ask this question, knowing mom's already in bed because mom's ready, got to work the next morning. Mom's already in bed. I'm like, so you waited to the last minute possible to ask me if he. I was like, no, he can't. No. Now, granted, I know when they're in their dorm room, they sleep together in their dorm. Now, I also know that my daughter has decided that she's waiting until she's married. So I do have that going for me, right? But as a dad, it's still no, like Shannon just said right there.
Yeah, but you were that 19-year-old boy too.
Right.
Oh,
The
oh,
answer is no.
That's all we're saying. Oh,
Yeah. See you, Cranks. Be careful, brother. Sorry, guys. I will have to leave watching tonight. I lost. Oh, sorry to hear that, brother. Sorry to hear that, veteran. Ooh. Mm. But yeah, so no, yeah. The answer was no, and she waited till the last minute, and I was like, bro, you can't wait till the last minute. So I went and asked when I went into the bedroom, Julie was kind of still awake, looking at scrolling through TikTok or whatever on her phone. And I said, do you know what your daughter just did to me? She goes, what? I said, she just asked if they could sleep together upstairs in her room. And she goes, yeah, if she sleeps down here, he could sleep up there. I was like, no, it ain't going to happen. All right, so you've created this nonprofit where you're focusing on, the children of fallen, right?
Yes, sir.
And you've expanded now that you got these wonderful women that have gone through the program. Now they're coming back and mentoring the children. And you got all these different things. You got your culinary program, you got your off the grid camps and stuff. What other programs are running through your brain that you might be working on coming up and devising for in the future?
Well, we do one of the main things we do, two things if I just talk generally about camps. We do what we call a journey camps, and that's a week-long camp. That's our largest camp. We'll have over 150 kids attend that camp this year. And then we'll have at that camp about 30, what we call PS23 mentors. And again, those are the kids, they were kids, who lost in our program, who lost a military parent, but now they're 21, 25. They may have their own families already, out of college, in college, but they come back and they're the mentors at that camp. That's a big one for us. That's a camp where, there's a lot of bonding going on. These kids, you got to realize that they're not with each other. They go back home and they're slammed back in their schools and nobody gets them. Nobody gets them. In fact, children of our fallen are actually bullied at school because of it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But so that's an important one. But another one is hunting. We do, and I heard you guys talking about it earlier. We hunt everything, brother. We've hunted moose, we've hunted axis deer, white-tailed deer, the predators, squirrels, rabbits, cockroaches. We hunt it all, man. I'm not kidding. We hunt everything, and we put on hunt camps throughout the year. Like this weekend, we're literally got kids flying into Tennessee and getting in a van or two and driving 5-6 hours to Arkansas. And Dowling Armstrong is the guy's name, and he's a outfitter for duck and goose hunting, hence the name Duck Duck Goose Hunt. And he reached out to me a couple of years ago, and he just hosts us. He feeds us, takes us, guides us on trips to go out to the levees and the rice fields and whatnot in Arkansas, and it's awesome. But that's just one example of what we do all year long. So there's only 12 months in a year, and we probably this year we'll put on 23, 25 different camp events, camp/events. We partnered. I did get off while I was laying on the couch. I was on a phone call with a producer, and they're doing this thing called Mission Kitchen, and they're
Mm.
bringing in chefs that care about certain nonprofits, and they want to do a show on our culinary arts camp, and
Oh, that's awesome.
they want me to be the celebrity chef. There was a time in day that I was going that route. I was actually I worked for Bev and Joe Gannon in Maui, Hawaii, in the top restaurant in Maui at the time, back in 1991 to 4, 91 to 94. I was the executive chef there. And I was going that route. I wanted to be like Top Chef. I was, that was my head until my heart changed, and God gave me this passion for kids, and I actually I quit that job and I became a high school substitute teacher. And then when I finally married my wife and we lived in Maine,
Where at?
in Maine,
Yeah.
North of Portland, in a small town called Bridgeton.
I'm from Howland, north of Bangor.
Oh, are
My
you
whole
really?
family's still there. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I love Maine. We did a moose hunt up in Presque Isle. We've done it
Yeah,
2
up in the
years in a
county.
row now. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then we were at I'd never been there before, even all the time that I lived in Maine. I lived in Maine for about 10 years, but Fort Kent, have you heard of Fort Kent?
Yep.
It's
Absolutely.
right on the border of Canada.
Yep.
Yeah. We stayed there for about 5 days and did a moose hunt. And the young man we took actually harvested a moose. It was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Big old cow. That was a great hunt. We got a video of that. It was a good hunt.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm actually going up there the end of next month for my son's spring break. He wants to go home. He wants to go to Maine for his spring break. He can go anywhere he wants to, and he wants to go to Maine. And I'm like,
Cool.
all right.
Hey,
So
go to
yeah,
Bar Harbor for sure.
my whole family's still up there, and like my mom, my stepdad, my brother, my sisters, all my nieces and nephews. So
Yeah.
I try to get home once a year.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was at the time that when Mark was killed, my neighbor's son, I was teaching culinary arts at Blackman High School here in Rutherford County, Tennessee. And so cooking has been a part of my life from, I joined the Navy when I was 17 and I was a cook for 6 years. So, but I think the big thing that we're working on right now, I mean, we've got so much stuff happening, brother. We're going to be part of the Great American Road Rally. So that's a celebration of our nation's 250th birthday and celebrating 100. Hey, there's my alarm to get on the show.
It's telling you it's time.
I told you, man.
That's that time difference, bro.
I know, right? That's funny as crap. But
Oh, heck.
I want to tell you, so they celebrating 100 years of Route 66.
Yep.
Yeah, and so they got all these celebrities and they got all these fancy cars. They're putting on concerts and all. They're starting from Chicago and they're going all the way down Route 66 and ending like a few weeks later in Vegas. And it's just going to be this crazy, like, what was that old Cannonball Run? Remember that?
Yep.
Remember the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be something like that. And it's an awesome endeavor that each car is honoring and celebrating a charity. And so we're one of the charities that's going to be driven in that and their goal is to raise $1 million per charity.
Wow, that's awesome.
Imagine that, man. It's awesome. Yeah, it's really awesome. So, but the big thing that we're working on now. Okay, so do you want me to tell you this? Because it's a little deep.
Tell us away.
Yeah.
Tell away. Whatever you want to share, brother. Whatever you want to share.
So this is the newest thing. So, the last 7 years, the last 4 years, we haven't been at war. Now we do take training accidents, sailor blown off the ship, we do if they get out of service and, they had leukemia or cancer, we've never said no. Any mom that has come to us and has lost their veteran husband, we've taken on their children, or any father in that case. But most of the time, like I said, it's mostly moms left behind. But we got this, PTSD, death by suicide, and we saw it happening. Just the numbers. You go to camp, you have 100 kids, and 60 or 70 of the kids there now. It's the kids that were the young kid. You got an 8-year-old now. You got a 4-year-old coming in. I mean, I just saw it yesterday. A mom enrolled a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. And so PTSD, death by suicide, is a big thing, and we've been a part of the mitigating. We're taking care of the children left behind from it. And I really felt a call to that we have a particular voice, that we can be the voice of the children that have been left behind, or the voice of the children whose father has that war raging inside them and is contemplating and believing the lies that their families are better off without them, and that when they die, the pain will die with them. And it's just it's a lie from hell, because I'd say, and this, we're producing a documentary, guys, and it's called Out of the Shadows, and we're speaking directly to the veteran about those two lies. Now, number one, yes, you're probably right. You should. They are better off without you living in the house, maybe, but not with you gone. Maybe you need to get out of the house now and get help. And that's what we're going to do. We're really steering the veteran to get the help they need. And too often they get it too late. And
or not at all.
Yeah, true. And here's the other thing that they need to know. This is a fact, that the demographic population at most risk for death by suicide is children of suicide. The children we serve.
Yeah.
You think you take the pain that goes with you. They inherited your pain.
It just gets transferred.
It gets transferred. It's the terrible transfer. Yeah. It is. It goes to the mom and it goes to the kids.
And then there's the guilt behind it of, this happened because of me, right? And no one's there to educate them or tell them, no, that's not what it is, right? And man, so after I retired, I worked with a nonprofit whose sole purpose was post-traumatic stress, traumatic brain injury, and veteran suicide. But it was always the raising of awareness. Well, we're all aware. What's being done? What action is being taken?
There's some good ones, brother. There are some good ones.
Not from Congress. Nothing's being done.
No.
VA,
not with that.
Nothing's being done. There are nonprofits out there that are doing amazing and great things, and I can name probably 2 handfuls just off the top of my head.
And they're run by veterans,
right? Or somebody who lost a veteran, right? So, but from where it matters, all those people that are supposed to be working for their constituents, nothing's being done. The VA, who says we will take care of you when your service is over with, nothing's being done. That's why so many service members are taking their life in the parking lot of their VA. And until those 2 entities start taking action on that problem, it's going to continue to happen.
So I was trying to look it up. I heard a stat about this kind of similar situation where you have a service member death by suicide, right? Then they talk about the children, the percentage of children of said veteran winds up committing suicide, and then followed behind that was the parents that wind up, taking their life as well because they're grieving so much. And then followed behind would be the spouse of said veteran. And I think it was like 11.73, like percentage wise. I was trying to look it up. And
Well, the thing is, what you guys are doing is, I can't say you're giving them a thing to transfer it to, but just for those days that they're with you, they're not thinking about it,
Oh no,
right? And
yeah,
they're realizing that there are people out there other than their little intimate circle that care about them, that truly care about them and want to see them succeed past age, whatever they are when they come into
you
your
know, you're
program.
right. Yep, absolutely. I saw it yesterday. We left camp yesterday. I'm telling you, it's every single camp we have. This the moms are desperate and the kids are hungry,
Yeah.
and they want to know that they're seen,
Yep.
yeah.
and that they like, just like what Henry asked, did it matter, and does anybody even care? And when it comes to the latter of PTSD, death by suicide, now it's like, so you can attach some honor to a combat death. You can attach
Or even
honor.
training. Yeah.
Yeah, you can attach honor to training. You can attach honor to even cancer and leukemia. It's leukemia. It's very difficult to attach honor to PTSD, death by suicide. But we do try, and we talk about that with the kids
Yeah.
and give them a perspective that it was another battle.
And sometimes it's not the post-traumatic stress,
Yeah,
right? Sometimes it's the traumatic brain injury,
yeah,
right? And we can't confuse the two, and we have to
Mhm.
educate people on both,
Yeah,
because the traumatic brain injury is that, that true injury to the brain, whether
to the
it's
brain. Yeah,
the frontal cortex or whatever, or the portion of your brain that affects logical thinking, right?
right.
And the logical thing is, okay, me not being here solves all my problems, which is, we all know, isn't the case. But it's just, yeah. And then, man, there's just so much to unwrap in that, because the TBI itself. So I got blown up twice, and my day-to-day thinking isn't what it was prior to being blown up. And it's been almost 22 years since the
Mm.
first time I got blown up. And there are still instances today that, for whatever reason, my brain doesn't process certain things the way that it should.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that you guys are taking that approach and kind of swinging that direction. It's sad because when you have veterans that are trying to get help and they go to the VA clinic, VA hospital, and they get turned away and denied,
Your
and they
case is not severe enough, is the
right.
verbiage they use.
Yeah,
yeah,
your case is not severe enough. So they feel discarded. One, they already feel discarded. Okay. So we had this conversation with Doc Shannon Book. You already feel discarded when you get medically retired from the military and they say you can't do your job no more, so you have to get out. So you already have that feeling of being discarded. But now they're going to the VA and the VA is like, oh, well, your case is not severe enough for us to help you. So they're feeling neglected again and discarded.
Yeah.
That's why we have the epidemic of veterans going to a parking lot and unfortunately unaliving themselves in the parking lot, or somewhere where their spouse or children or parents can't find them. Somebody else will find them first, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't want that to be the
VA.
last.
Yeah,
Yeah. So they don't want their loved ones to see them first. They don't want to see that image. There's got to be. We've talked about it numerous times. There's too much spending on awareness, right? We've beat that blue and black and blue, and the numbers are still increasing when it comes to how many veteran suicides each year, right? The numbers are still increasing. There's not enough people out there that are they're talking the talk, but they're not walking the walk. And I think that's kind of where you guys are trying to march into that, and hopefully we can, you guys can be like um, a beacon to bring these vets to you guys, and hopefully you can catch them before it gets to that point. Is the whole thing that I'm talking about with that.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to do, Willis, is have a few. So right now we just created a 12-minute sizzle. And so we're gonna be, for lack of a better term, shopping it out and showing folks the project. And it's gonna cost over another $100,000 to finish it, to make it a full-length 70-minute documentary. And it'll be featuring veterans that survived. It'll be featuring widows. It'll be featuring children. We'll have some different organizations that are treating veterans right now and having success. I have 3 board members that have been in combat and have been through some programs. I have one in particular that when he watched the documentary was having a hard time watching it, and then afterwards was just like so adamant and passionate that we have to get this out, because we have a particular voice from the children.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So if a veteran can actually hear the children who've already lost their father and think of it that this is what my children are going to be, it could make a difference.
Yeah,
and that's what we're trying to do. And we certainly will be pointing them to some very highly credible organizations that are helping treating veterans. One of my best friends went to Mighty Oaks, and it saved his life. And he's a completely different man. And there are others out there too. There's the Hope Centers of our country, Reboot and Recoveries, and other. Not alone. There's a bunch of them out there that do the real work. Because you have to do the real work.
Yeah, Boulder Crest is doing some amazing things. They just opened up another clinic down in Texas, but they've got one in Virginia now, one in Arizona, one in Texas, and I think they're getting ready to open another one more north central of the United States. But yeah, they're doing some great stuff with post-traumatic growth and teaching people about that.
Yeah.
Yes. So I went through Mighty Oaks in Texas. I was out at the Blaylock Ranch in Texas.
You did?
And yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it was very eye-opening for me going out there because, for one, I'm spiritual. Like I go to church. I don't go to church every Sunday, but I do go every other Sunday. I highly believe that the good Lord is leading me on my journey through life at this present moment in time, and he's putting me where I need to be. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So when I went out and did this men's retreat out in Texas at the Blaylock Ranch, for one, when you get out there, the sights were phenomenal. Like, it was amazing to go sit on top of this big old cliff and just look out for miles of God's country. That's the best way to put it. God's country, right? Mm-hmm. And then go back and you sit and you break bread with the other veterans that are there, and then you go through the classes that they have that they put on and do there, right? And when you come back, just the things that you learn about yourself, because there's parts in there where being a good husband to your spouse. I went to the men's clinics. I don't know what the female clinic was like, but being a good husband for your wife, being a spiritual leader for your family, and it's just it was an amazing experience, and I highly recommend if you have a chance to go through the Mighty Oaks program or a program like that. Yeah, I highly recommend it out there because they do save lives. Like some of the veterans out there, this was the first time they ever left their house. They were home ridden. They couldn't leave their house, but somebody encouraged them enough to go to the Mighty Oaks program. And literally some of these guys are now leading as a mentor for the
Yeah,
program.
no joke. No joke.
And you know, that's a testament to a great organization that is actually helping heal service members and women
Yeah.
out there.
Well, and you know, and they're doing the same thing. They've had kids come through that are now adults that are as the mentors and you know, showing these younger kids that
Yeah.
I experienced what you experienced. I, I made it through this. You know, my path may not be your path, but there is a path for you after, you know, this happens. And, you know, they're doing the same exact thing with all their stuff. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, it says a lot for you guys that you have a lot of these young, especially the younger generation, because we all know how they are. You know, they're like this all the time,
Yes.
that they want to come back and they want to help. They want to show that the younger kids that they're not alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well said.
So if somebody wanted to volunteer, if somebody wanted to donate, or get in touch with you, how would somebody go about doing that?
So our website is asoldierschild.org. And there you can sign up for our newsletter there. You can, there's info at a soldier's child where you can propose a question. We've had some great fundraisers put on in other parts of the country from people that we've never even met. As far as mentoring, we have tons of volunteer opportunities here in Tennessee, but we can also align with corporates and small business and communities that want to bring us in. Because here's one fact. We do 250 to 300 birthdays a month. So you're talking 300 kids when we spend $150 per child. So we're spending $35,000 a month on birthday gifts.
Yeah.
And all those gifts got to be shopped, wrapped, packed, and shipped out. That takes a small army to do. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we like last month we were in Vegas for a convention, and we were the give back for this big. It was called Site One Landscaping and Supply. I need to give them a shout out. Site One Landscaping and Supply, and they wrote us a $20,000 check for a portion of the kids for the month. I mean, you're talking $35,000, $350,000, $400,000 a year just celebrating birthdays. You know, and camp is twice that much. So I mean, you're talking about, and we're 82%. Let me say it again: 82% of every dollar we spend goes to the kids in programs and services. So we have 6-person staff caring for 5,000 plus children, and all of this programming we do. It's crazy. Scholarships now we do K through 12 scholarships, and we do trade school scholarships for our kids that are in our program. We got mission trips happening now. We're actually going to North Carolina to work with a couple mission groups there and help the people of North Carolina and the Black Mountains that still are without their homes. After it's almost 2 years since the dang hurricane went through there.
Yeah.
And so we're going in and doing, like stuff like tree work and plumbing and drywall and painting. That still hasn't been, completed in these homes. People haven't even gotten back into their homes. It's crazy.
Some people don't have homes. They're in little box trailers.
Yeah, it's just that's so heartbreaking to see what happened there. But I'll tell you what, there are some really good organizations that have come and that haven't left.
Yeah.
So the one we're working with, one called Adventure Relief, and Adventure Relief hasn't left. They've been there for 2 years, and they have had a list of like 400 plus homes that just they were caring for, and they're over halfway done.
Wow.
So we're going to come in. We're going to come in and work with some homes, but like Site One, and we worked with National Insulator Contractor Exchange. They did a big one. It's just amazing. Here's the deal. There are so many businesses, companies, communities, civic groups, church groups, people. If you think about it, where do you have the means to do something about the children left behind? Our country cares for widows and orphans better than any other nation for people all over the globe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're crap hole when it comes to our own, and especially the most important children in our country are the fatherless
Yes.
of our fallen warriors, those that signed that contract. To me, those are the children care for. We should do everything we can to care for children, but these children should be first on that list. That's it. Argue with me, but
Yeah.
tell me, they're at most risk for taking their own lives. Hello, okay, it's tragic.
Yeah, it's
But the
definitely a
good thing is,
tragedy.
we do get. Here's the good thing. The good thing is, brother. Here's the good thing. We do flip the switch for many, many, many Americans, and they realize that these children exist, and that there is a way, instead of just a bumper sticker or a freaking marquee, that I can actually care for children of our fallen. I can give back to these special, special children. And our organization does it. We do it to the glory of God, because I'll tell you what, it can't be me. It can't be me. I mean, how much good is really in me? How much good can I really do? I'm telling you, everything we do, we tell the kids it's because of the love of God that's in us. Think about it though. The capacity to love that many children, to care for that many children, and with all the baggage they have, how can any human really, do that work?
Right. It's hard.
I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not preaching to anybody. I'm just telling you the truth. Without the love of God that's in me, I can't do any of that. I can't, but I do, and I can because of who is in me, and that's take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. We're changing lives, and I do believe we are saving lives. We are.
Heck yeah, man! I love it.
I just got on my soapbox, and I'm going to step down right now. I'm getting down.
Nope. Take another step. Take another step.
No, I love it.
There's people in the back. There's people up in DC. There's people in your local government and your state government that didn't hear it.
Yeah.
That need to hear it.
Amen.
So the website is in chat. So if you want to go click on it, you can go click on it and go to their website. For those that are listening to this now or listening to it later, www.asoldierschild.org. That's asoldierschild.org. Go check them out. Go give them a follow on all their social media. If you have extra money to laying around, go donate. Go donate to A Soldier's Child.
Every penny helps.
Every
dollar helps.
Michael Thomas says, much love, Daryl. He's been in chat the whole time.
Has he?
Yes, sir.
He's a good man.
So I want to say again, thank you for coming on here and hanging out with Gunny and I and telling us about A Soldier's Child. It's a phenomenal organization, and I'm going to see what I can do to. My connections minister at church is an Air Force veteran.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be like, hey, I just met this guy here. I think you need to get in contact with this guy. Because I think you and Marcus would hit it off. And I think once he sees your mission and what you guys are doing, I think he'll work in mysterious ways. Let's put it that way.
All right.
So we'll see. I will talk to him this Sunday at church. So
okay.
You won't. No, you won't.
Oh no, I won't, because You're
going to be in Tampa.
Yeah. So what I heard you guys talking about that. What is that? Tell me about that.
So Shield of Faith Missions was started by a Marine, and they do like clinics and some other things for guys and gals that are suffering with post-traumatic stress, traumatic brain injury. I'm not going to say they work this, but they will sit down with you, and you can go through your illnesses and ailments, and they'll help you with your VA claim. But also
awesome.
Like if I'm having issues right now in my neck to my shoulder, and they may have a chiropractor on staff down there that will give me a couple adjustments while I'm there, or they can refer me to somebody. But then it's going to be the whole mental thing, and it's faith based. So it's a good thing that they've been doing. And Willis and I had the founder on the show last year,
Yeah,
or
Damon
about
Weiss.
this time last year, I think,
Yeah.
or later. But he invited us to come down to take part in the clinic. And this is the only time that I'm available. Probably mid-month, I start back at my work, and I'm not available then until the end of the year.
What state do you live in, Samuel?
I'm in northern Kentucky, so I'm just
Okay.
south of Cincinnati.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just about an hour and a half away from me. So,
Well, you guys do hunt?
we do.
Don't say
You don't
we.
hunt, Sam?
No,
I hunt.
so
I hunt.
I grew up hunting, fishing, growing my own garden, all that stuff. And then I met my now wife, and she is totally against it. So when we got married, I said I wouldn't, and I did again, and it almost cost a divorce. So um, I get to fish. So I get to fish.
You get the fish. Poor fish, bro.
Yeah,
Really?
and I slam everywhere I
You
go.
slam?
Yep.
That's good.
From Maine to Kentucky to Texas to Alaska to Montana, every place I've been fishing, Florida, I put them in the boat.
That's awesome.
So Glenn Price B3P says we these kids that they can transfer their pain to Jesus, who will heal their broken hearts.
Yeah. Glenn Price is another good man. It's like the only people I know are piping in.
Heck
They're my
yeah.
only friends. Glenn Price actually was at both Mike and Glenn were at the previous camp we just had.
Oh,
Culinary
nice.
Arts Camp. I'll tell you what, man, we were cooking. We did a total, so Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, 8 meals. And we taught these kids dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast. So 8 meals. And I'm 63, and I used to be able to run around the kitchen and just slam like you do with fishing, Samuel. I was just slam. I'll tell you what, if I had to cook for a living now, I would be on the street because I couldn't do it. It's just
It's a
Can't
young
keep
man's
up.
game.
it's so much. I mean, everything hurts, man. My face hurts, my feet hurt, my knees hurt. Just running around in the kitchen.
Fatigue mats on the whole floor.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. You know,
Right.
those worked when I was in my 40s, but now in my 60s, they don't work. They can't do
So
anything.
wait, you have to have orthotics, and I did see that there's a guy that was a chef who I want to say he got paralyzed, but he can't stand
Oh
anymore.
wow!
And in the kitchen, they built him this track/rail system.
No kidding.
So he sits in the harness and
Okay,
he moves himself around with his hands, and he's
okay.
still sitting and everything.
I need one of those.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, like I said, thank you again for coming on and hanging out with Gunny and I for this hour.
Awesome.
Super excited to learn more about your organization and what you guys do. I do want to thank Rich LaMonica for introducing us and sending you our way. Man, this was amazing. So like I said, guys, if you're out there, you're watching this now or listening to it later or watching it later, go to the website at soldierschild.org and volunteer or donate whatever you can do to help, whatever God is calling you to do. Go do it, man. Go do it. So
Do it.
Thank you again, sir. We're going to drop you down and end the show. That way we can put this on Reached Across America radio on Thursday night. So
Thank you
thank
both.
you again.
I've
Thanks,
really
sir.
enjoyed talking to both of you guys. Thank you so much. God bless you guys.
God bless you too, brother.
All right. See you now.
See you. How cool was that, Gunny?
That's phenomenal.
Phenomenal. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I love it, man. I love it.
Oh man. So yeah, go check out soldierschild.org. Man, we need more organizations out there that focuses on the family members of the fallen. Whether it's by PTSD, suicide, whether they fell in combat. Too many families slip through the cracks. and the suicide rate amongst the families are on the rise. It's
Yeah.
on the rise, man. It's not good. It's not good at all. When you have children age range, from 7 or 8 to 16 to 18 committing suicide because they lost their parent. And then you're having parents that
Yeah.
lost their only child or whatnot, and they're committing suicide as well. It's not good. It's not good. So we need to rectify that, and we need people to not just talk the talk, but also walk the walk. So go check out asoldierschild.org. Go check them out.
Well, as long as they're raising awareness, I guess that's good for some people, right?
Yeah.
And I said it in a speech back in, it might have been 2013. It's time to take action.
Mm. Yeah, I would agree.
Stop raising awareness and take action. The people in DC have the power to take action. The people at the VA have the power to take action. Why are they not doing it?
Yeah. Yeah, I will agree with you 100%, Gunny. All right, my
Daryl's taking
friend.
action. A soldier's child's taking action.
Yeah.
Why aren't the people in power?
Yeah, I would agree with you 100%, brother. You know what time it is?
Nope. Sure.
Gunny's words of wisdom.
Gunny's words of wisdom. Your apology needs to be louder than your disrespect was.
That hits home, bro. Ooh. That does hit home. Say it again for those in the back.
Louder for the people in the back?
Yep, louder for the people in the back.
Your apology needs to be louder than your disrespect was. Let me turn that back down so I can talk normal.
Clip that. All right, here we go.
It's time for the joke of the day.
How do billboards talk?
How do billboards talk? Sign language?
Yep, sign language. That was a cheesy one-liner. Cheesy one-liner. I had to go
one of
with
them
it.
good dad jokes, you know what I mean?
Yep. Good old dad joke. I was going to go with why do hamburgers and hot dogs go dancing? Or where do hot dogs and hamburgers, or where do hamburgers and hot dogs go dancing? A meatball.
Yeah. No.
I didn't go with that one though.
When you
All
said
right,
why, I was gonna be like, so they can shake their buns, but then you changed it all up on me because you all got
Yeah.
But anyway.
All right, here you go.
Yeah, man, I tell you, after tonight, this goes more than just the veteran, right? You're not alone. You are not alone. You still have worth. You still have value. Surround yourself with people that are going to build you up and not tear you down. Don't let those dark days win. It's okay to not be okay. Just don't live in that space.
Here, I'm going to change it up. To every veteran who carries unseen scars, know this: you're not alone. The battles within don't have to be fought in silence, because your brothers and sisters still stand beside you. The uniform may come off, but the bond remains, and together we heal, we rise, and we carry each other forward. And the key word there is together. Together we heal, together we rise, and together we carry each other forward. That says it pretty simple, guys, ladies, and gents. You're not alone. Together we can heal. Together we can rise. And together we can carry each other forward. Hashtag be someone stranger. Listen, ladies and gents, we talk about this on every episode of Homefront SitRep, and I'm going to keep harping on it until it catches on. Be someone stranger. Listen, we as humans, we're more apt to talk to a complete stranger than the ones we love the most. So be someone stranger. If you're out and about and you see somebody that looks like they're having a bad day, go up to them, say, "Hey, how you doing?" And if they give you the red flags, "I'm okay. I'm hanging in there. I'm living the dream." Ask the next hard question. How are you really doing? And be ready for that conversation, because it could be a 5-minute conversation, could be an 8-hour conversation. You just have to be ready for it.
Yeah, and it takes a village. You know, everybody that's listening there is listening on some type of social media platform, or if you're listening on Reach Across America Radio, I'm sure you have some type of social media platform, or at least a cell phone. We all have people that we call our friends. We all have our little circles, whether it's your knitting circle, your book club, your fishing buddies, or guys and gals that you served with or hung out with in high school. We all have that group. We all have that village. Use them.
Yeah. Amen. Amen. All right. So we got a lot of partners that we love and we cherish here on Homefront SitRep. Heroes Media Group. Go check out Adam Bird and his team at heroesmediagroup.com. Gunny just mentioned Wreath Across America Radio. You can find Homefront SitRep on Wreath Across America Radio Thursday nights, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's Thursday nights, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's reachacrossamerica.org/radio. Up next, we got sameflagsameoath.com. Our t-shirt that Uncle Sam is wearing back here says "Marine It Down." We have that shirt there. It's a co-branded shirt. So go check out sameflagsameoath.com. Elite Engraving. They were gracious enough to do our hat, which I don't have on tonight. But they were gracious enough and do a hat for us. You can actually go to eliteengraving24.com. You can check out and get our hat there as well. Valor Coins and Pins. Can't say enough about Brent and Brian Casey. They're amazing guys. Grandsons of Herschel Woody Williams, who has the Woody Williams Foundation that puts up the Gold Star Monument, and Gunny showing our coin right there that they did for us. Our design, Gunny, I gave my design to Gunny. Gunny ran with it and made it even better than I thought about. Yeah, go check out Valor Coins and Pins. RDC Shoe Company. You go check out rdcshoes.com. Darren Davis, Gunny's got the shoes right there in his hand. You got the Glory on the left, and then you got the Patriot on the other side right there. Both shoes are comfortable as all get out. I will be taking my pair to Tampa with me. I don't know, Gunny, you taking a pair with you? Maybe. Just depends. And then go check out Homefront SitRep.
Before you go there, the cool thing about the RDC shoes is each box of shoes comes with a hero card of a Medal of Honor recipient. Yeah, I got too much light on there. Hold on. So it comes with a hero card of a Medal of Honor recipient. It talks about what they did to earn the medal. So I've got Sammy Davis, and then with one of my I think it was with my Patriots, Darren actually sent me two, which was really cool of him. Colonel Barnum, I've known Colonel Barnum forever. And then, of course, I spent a lot of time with Woody. But it just talks about, what the actions that they took that led them to receiving the medal.
Yeah. I love my shoes. They're comfortable. So go check out rdcshoes.com. Order you a shoe, whether it's Glory, whether it's the Patriot, whether it's the Folds of Honor flag.
Yeah, so the Folds of Honor one, they look like this, but on the back they do have the Folds of Honor logo on the
Awesome.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta reach out to Darren Davis. I reached out to him, but he didn't respond. I know he's going through doing some things, super busy, so just have to reach back out. So go check out HomeFrontSitRep.com. You can see all the great nonprofits that we've had on the show, and also the veteran singers, veteran authors, veteran business owners. Go pre-order Doom 3-4. I think it's released in March, I believe, is the release month. Doom 3-4 by Colonel Trey Morris. It's the first
2
hand
R's,
account.
2 S's.
Yeah, 2 R's, 2 S's. It's the first hand account of the first strike mission that started Operation Desert Storm. So go check out Doom 3-4, pre-order it if you're a reader. And then also we've talked about SOF missions tonight. I'm gonna give them a big shout out because Gunny and I will be heading down on Wednesday morning. We'll be heading
Bright and
down
early.
there. Yeah, bright and early. So go check out softmissions.org. Damon Freeman is the founder, him and his wife. So go check that out. All right, Gunny, it is that time of night, my friend.
Yeah, man.
Like we always say on Homefront SitRep, stay safe
Stay
out
safe
there.
out there.
We got your 6. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this show.
Suggestions and comments are always welcome.
Cannot wait to have another great show with y'all.
Don't forget you can find Homefront SitRep on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
Stay safe out there. I got your 6.